It's not just Nabisco who gets to have fun making every flavor of Oreos imaginable. You can do the same in your own home kitchen. RaChelle Hubsmith is throwing out a baking challenge of sorts with this fun foodie idea. Good to have you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. First of all, I love homemade Oreos, right? Who doesn't love Oreos, period? But the fact that you can customize and I'll say personalize this flavor option to your palate, that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. Everyone loves Oreos.
Yes.
And Oreo is always keeping us on our toes. They're always changing the flavors on us.
Oh my gosh, they lost me at peanut butter and jelly. I was like, okay, you've taken it a step too far.
Yeah, sometimes they're a little weird, but I thought it would be kind of fun to try to make different unique flavors at home with the classic homemade Oreo recipe that everyone uses.
What was your first flavor experimentation that you did on the Oreo?
So the very first one I tried was actually a salted caramel chocolate. Right there.
Yeah, and the cute little heart down front.
Yes.
Now we should say the actual cookie recipe is fun as well because you're using a cake mix.
Yeah, it's great. So it's just 3 ingredients, really easy. Just your devil's food cake mix and 2 eggs and 1 stick of softened butter. But you can also use a white cake mix if you want to.
Okay.
And you can throw in different flavors. And that's what I've done with some of these, is just thrown in flavors.
So you use the devil foods if you want the chocolate, double chocolate, but if you want to add the flavor and play with the flavor fun like we're talking about, reach for the white cake mix and add your flavors. So what other, you mentioned the salted caramel, what other flavors have you played with?
So this is a mint chocolate, and this is red velvet. This is red velvet dip with a really fun flavor called Princess. It's really good.
What does Princess taste like?
It's kind of a nuttier flavor, but you really feel like you're a princess when you eat it.
I feel like this cookie was made for me. I'm just saying. May I?
Yes, go ahead and try that one. And then I'll tell you about some other flavors while you're trying that. That one is a pumpkin spice.
Okay.
And then this is lemon. And then we've just kind of garnished them in fun different ways as well.
This tastes like something a princess would eat.
Yeah, doesn't it really?
I mean, I'm just saying. I can't put my finger on what it tastes like, but it tastes great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I wanted to tell you, one of the easiest ways, if you just want to use your classic devil's food, is just change your buttercream flavors.
So you can mix up the outside of the cookie, but also change the flavor of the frosting too.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I do is I use my classic buttercream recipe, and I call it the one.
Okay.
And the reason why is because everything is one. So you have 1 cube of butter, 1 package of cream cheese, 1 pound of powdered sugar, 1 tablespoon of milk, and then 1 teaspoon of any flavor.
You weren't kidding.
Yeah, so it's the one.
It is the one. I love those recipes that you can just remember.
Yes.
Okay, and then what's your ratio of flavoring to frosting?
Okay, so usually you're gonna just use about a teaspoon of your flavoring, and I like to use these emulsions.
Now define what an emulsion is exactly.
Okay, so the difference between an emulsion and your extracts is the emulsion is water-based, and your extracts are alcohol-based. So it takes a little bit of time for that alcohol to cook out, and sometimes when that alcohol is cooking out, the flavor also cooks out. So these, so these water-based ones actually have a better flavor. It holds it in better.
Okay, it's not going to cook out like the alcohol. That makes sense, because if you're cooking a dinner, for example, a meat, and you use an alcohol or a wine, you know that mostly cooks out. The alcohol, we're told, mostly cooks out of that food. Yeah. So it makes sense. The flavor then, the alcohol would be pulled from the actual cookie batter too. Now, when I'm shopping the aisles of my regular grocery store, am I mostly seeing extracts on the shelf?
You are mostly. You can find these at Walmart and Michael's and any place that sells baking supplies.
Okay, so you're adding, you mentioned the ratio to your frosting.
Yes. Okay, so I thought this would be kind of fun. If you want to try, this one has the alcohol, so it's the extract, and this one's the emulsion. And you can even smell it just to kind of even tell the difference.
She asks, do I want to try, like, it's going to be an arm twist to get me to eat another Oreo, right?
And then that one. You can see that one has a more alcohol taste. This one's a little more pure.
That one feels a little more manufactured, I would say. Okay,
more imitation.
All right. More imitation. There you go. Thus it says on the title of the bottle. Perfect. And now our tablecloth smells lovely as well. That's okay. All right, you're going to show us how to quickly decorate the outside as well?
Yeah. So do you want to go ahead and put some frosting on the inside?
This is the devil's food cookie, right?
Right.
And what frosting am I playing with here?
This is just the basic cream cheese.
The one?
The one.
Okay. And now what?
Okay, and go ahead and top it.
Okay.
Now you can either put it in sprinkles or nuts, or you can even dip half of it in some candy melts or chocolate.
We're getting fun. We're getting fun. There it is.
Yeah.
All right, homemade cookies, and the fun is with the flavor play. So have fun making these. We'll post the basic instructions for you on our website. Before I get to those details, though, I want to ask you about a fun trip you have coming up to Chicago this week, right?
Yeah, I actually won a summer potluck recipe challenge.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and I get to go to Chicago to cook with Addie Gundry from the Next Food Network star. She works at the Recipe Lion Test Kitchen.
Okay.
And they're going to teach me all their secrets and trades of how to stylize and do their photography for their cookbooks and how to make their videos.
What a cool experience. Congratulations.
Yeah,
have fun.
you.
Bring back some tricks for us
Okay.
to share as well. And we mentioned the recipe for the one buttercream frosting and also the cake mix homemade Oreos will be posted for you on our website. Just go to studio5.ksl.com and click there on the recipe tab. You can always search too using the search engine at the top right-hand corner of your website screen.